Right, it's time for our 5 in 5, where we talk about 5 clubs in 5 minutes, and you can see the 5 we're going for today. Starting, Harriet, with Liverpool.
Is there a countdown clock with time pressure? OK, Liverpool, unlikely, they always say to sign players in January, but it's kind of always their line. But as we saw last year with Cody Gakpo, if the opportunity arises, I do think there may be something in the defensive areas, considering the long-term injury, the ACL injury to Joel Matip. He was starting alongside Virgil van Dijk as that centre-back partnership. They have got other options. Konate has now stepped in, but I do think longer term they will look to replace Joel Matip. He's out of contract in the summer as well. And then also maybe an option at right back, because Trent more and more has been moving into that kind of inverted midfield position. Maybe Klopp would like to see him play there solely. He sometimes has put Joe Gomez at right back to allow Trent to play solely in that midfield position. So perhaps longer term, a right back solution so that Trent could move permanently into the midfield.
Well, Liverpool are top of the league, so it makes sense that we go to the team who are second in the league next, Quaker, with Aston Villa.
Surprisingly second in the league, and they're looking to capitalise on a strong start to the season and hopefully secure Champions League football for next season. Right back's a priority for Aston Villa, given that Ezri Konsa's been covering Matty Cash in that position. And attacking midfield as well, is where they could also bolster their lineup. John Duran, their striker, is linked with a move to AC Milan, and if he does make that move, it'll leave Ollie Watkins as the only out-and-out striker at Aston Villa, so they may be in the market for a front man. But if you look at the way the Villa have started this season, it's been perfect, and it's been a mix and a blend. They've been able to bring players in and out of that team. But right back and attacking midfield, and potentially a striker if John Duran does move on to AC Milan, is a priority for Aston Villa.
OK, yeah, so Aston Villa in second. Arsenal in 4th place. Nabeed, do you expect them to be doing anything this month?
I think Arsenal are in a strange situation because I think Christmas Day, they probably would have said we don't need to sign anyone. And now they want a left-back, a central midfielder, a striker. I think the ongoing conversation is around Ivan Toney to Arsenal, and I think that is the one area that Arsenal, if they definitely want to win the league, they need to bring in a number 9 who can score goals and take chances, so they're not in this situation where Gabriel Jesus misses a chance and they're sort of saying, oh, if that went in, something could have been different. Ivan Toney hasn't played for a long while. Brentford have sort of mentioned that it could be upwards of £80 million. I don't know if Arsenal can afford that in January, but if they want to win the title, Ivan Toney is the route to signing their name on that trophy again.
By the way, do you both agree that if Arsenal get a striker, they have a significantly better chance of winning the league?
I don't know how much it would really elevate them. I think they've got 2 options there. Maybe they want a different profile of striker. I wonder whether Ivan Toney, though, just will pay a little bit of kind of repay to Brentford because they've supported him through a difficult period. I feel like he's going to stay there until at least the summer and then look to get a move away.
I agree.
Yeah, we might come back to Ivan Toney in about a minute's time. But we're going to go back to Merseyside now with Everton, Harriet.
Yeah, back to Merseyside. Financial problems continue to hamper Everton, and I think that will be the same situation when we look ahead to January. And there's more likely to be outgoings, but they'll really want to keep hold of some key players. Jarrad Branthwaite, who's really impressed this season, there's been some interest in him. Onana as well is on the short list of many clubs. I think the priority, if the funds do become available, will be at centre-back and also a winger, but they will look to shift out a few players to make some funds available. Whether those funds will be used in the short term in January or whether they'll save them up and see what they can do in the summer, hopefully, if they continue their stint in the Premier League. They'll kind of look to do more then. But, yeah, financial problems are holding them back a bit at the moment.
Do you think with Everton, if you take away their points deduction, which I know we can't, but they would actually be 12th and would be
doing the maths
11 points clear of relegation? Do you think their most important thing is just the fact that they've got a great manager?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's gelling this season. I think there's a really good stylistic fit between the players he's got now and how Sean Dyche wants to play. He really wants to play that direct style of football on the transition. He's got the players now that are able to do that. They brought in a few clever signings in summer on a restricted budget. I think they did really well with that, and that's paid off this season with the results. And like you mentioned, without that point deduction, they'd be very comfortable in the table, and absolutely any Everton fan would have taken that come the start of the season. So, yeah, on an upward trajectory, I think.
I don't know why it took me so long to add
quick maths, and you've only got 5 minutes. It's a lot going on.
To get to 11. Brentford, though, 4 points above the bottom 3, Kwaku, albeit with a game in hand. What do you think?
Their struggles have been well documented, especially recently. They've been ravaged by injuries. In terms of what they need, a left winger and a backup left back as well, to just bolster that squad. Ivan Toney will feel like a new signing for Brentford when he does return to the squad. They've desperately missed him. Johan Vissa's also going to AFCON as well. He's chipped in with goals this season.
So the return of that forward line, haven't they?
Yeah, they really, really have, and it's difficult for them. They were looking at signing Diao from Real Betis in the summer. They're again looking at him this January. They're just a squad that need their players back from injury, and when they do, I think we'll see Brentford return to where they were last season.